Afghan carnage as Taliban stormed two cities after Biden withdrew troops. Panic everywhere. Taliban forces have entered two Afghan cities just weeks before the final US troops are set to withdraw in a worrying escalation in the region. Joe Biden wants all American forces out by September, with most expected to leave this month. However, in the past few weeks, the Taliban has seized 50 local districts across Afghanistan. Their forces have also entered the cities of Kunduz and Maimana, both provincial capitals. Speaking to the New York Times, Amruddin Wal, who sits on Kunduz Provincial Council, said fighting is ongoing. He commented, "Right now I hear the sound of bullets. The Taliban have appeared in the alleys and back alleys of Kunduz, and there is panic all over the city." Taliban fighters captured entrance points to Kunduz before dispersing into the city. They briefly took the city in 2015 and 2016 before being forced back with the help of US airstrikes. Fighting has been intensifying across Afghanistan, raising fears of a Taliban return when US troops leave. At least 20 elite Afghan special forces were killed in one attack. There are reports scores of Afghan troops surrendered to the Taliban after their ammunition supply ran low. The US intervened militarily in Afghanistan following 9/11 terror attacks on New York and Washington, D.C. Al-Qaeda received sanctuary from the Taliban and was able to run training camps and organize attacks in Afghanistan. The Taliban have pledged Al-Qaeda won't be allowed to return if they regain power, but many international experts are skeptical. ISIS also have a presence in Afghanistan, with its fighters clashing with both the Taliban and Afghan army in bloody battles. Following President Biden's announcement, America's NATO allies, including the UK, announced they would withdraw their troops as well. Ben Wallace, the British Defense Secretary, said in a regret for most of the NATO allies that Mr. Biden didn't make the US withdrawal conditions on the Taliban committing to peace. Speaking in Parliament, he added, "We will explore all options that we can to make sure that not only Britain's interests and her citizens are protected but also allies. We are also protected by international law to do what we need to do to defend ourselves." The one thing I would say to Taliban is they remember what happened last time they played host to Al-Qaeda. More than 400 British soldiers have been killed by hostile action in Afghanistan since the deployment began in 2001. Defense Select Committee Chair Toibas Elwood MP has called for a full inquiry. Speaking to the Daily Telegraph, he said, "This cannot be the exit strategy that we ever envisaged. We must understand what went wrong." Thank you.